Hey there, fight fans. In today's video, Dana White's Power Slap League is now in danger after the slap with his wife. Now, as you know, on January 11th, the first Power Slap that has been created by Dana himself will be taking place. But the irony is that it is a league of slaps. White's own project is now on the brink of destruction. In one reckless act, he turned millions of dollars into dust. But how much will this act cost him? Well, we have yet to find out, but Dana himself has shown that everything is okay with him and his family. The UFC president posted a new post on social media showing how he went to the casino and had won a large amount of money. Also in this video, popular American blogger Jake Poul expressed the opinion that he could easily defeat former UFC fighter Nate Diaz. So of course, Diaz had to answer him. And Diaz also hinted that he may soon have his next fight. And of course, the former UFC champ in two different weight categories, Conor Maggregor and Tony Ferguson, did not stand aside, and they also made an offer to fight Jake Poul. But let's kick things off in order. But before we kick off the video, I just want to ask you guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. Kicking off the video, 2 days after a video was uploaded online of the controversial slap between Dana White and his wife, TBS removed the debut event of Power Slap, which was created and promoted by Dana White.
I don't give a f***.
I'm not telling the media anything.
The Power Slap League has been removed from the broadcast grid ahead of its expected launch scheduled for January 11th. Sports writer Damon Martin wrote on social media. The Power Slap page has also been removed from the TBS website. Warner Media, which owns the channel, has not responded to multiple requests for comment on the matter. On Tuesday, TMZ had posted a video showing the wife of Dana White slapping him and then he slapping her back before they were then separated. Since this was all caught on camera, it was then sent out to the masses, and the very next day, the share price of Endeavor Group holdings fell by more than 5% to a record low of $21.53, as a result of which, Dana White's Power Slap project is now on the verge of destruction. And that one reckless, drunken act, Dana White turned millions of dollars into dust. On January 11th, the first tournament will be taking place. The irony is that it is a slap league, and after that infamous incident in Mexico that went viral, the claim that it was a Power Slap viral advertisement did not restore his name. Because after years of dominating the MMA industry and amassing millions of envious enemies, it is hard to expect that you won't get banned for something like that. Despite the fact that the spouses have already settled their differences, they have both publicly apologized for the disgrace that they committed in public. The consequences, well, those can be the most painful. Yes, for the owners of the league, Dana is a close friend, but he has many more enemies than he does friends, including among UFC stars who fight for better conditions, higher pay, etc. Dana is so toxic to so many powerful people, including in politics. So how much will this act cost him? Well, we all have yet to find out. Even popular TV presenter Maggregor reacted to the scandal surrounding him by posting a corresponding post on her social media saying, "So Dana White continues to be the face of the UFC as if nothing had happened?" Now, the like under her message was left by the authoritative journalist from MMA, Ariel Helwani. Please note that Helwani is in a long-standing hostile relationship with Dana White.
If the guy that people consider the leader of the sport has this type of incident and nothing happens, Josh, man, it just doesn't leave a good picture, and I don't know what should happen.
Because I don't give a fuck about you. Do your thing. Leave me alone.
But Dana himself showed his subscribers that everything is fine. He posted a new post on social media showing how he went out to the casino and had won a large amount of money. "Steve and I killed the Red Rock Casino," White wrote, attaching a photo to the message.
Is he fucking awesome?
So I guess not everything is bad for Dana. We hope that he does well and the UFC prospers.
Uncle Dana and the UFC. Cheers. Cheers.
Pleasure, boys.
But moving on. Popular American blogger Jake Poul is known for his performances in professional boxing, expressed the opinion that he could easily defeat former UFC fighter Nate Diaz. Now, if you recall, Paul recently signed a contract with the MMA promotion PFL. "I would beat Nate Diaz in an MMA fight. He couldn't do anything. Now I need to master the skills of jiu-jitsu and kick. TalkSport quotes Paul referring to the New York Times. Now, Jake admitted that he would like to have 2 fights with Nate, one under the rules of boxing and the other under the rules of MMA. But Nate made it clear that he's not too interested in being challenged by a blogger. Hours after the PFL officially announced the signing of the 25-year-old YouTuber, Diaz hinted that he could have his next fight under the Rizin FF banner by posting the Japanese organization's logo on social media. The day before it became known that Jake Paul signed a long-term agreement with the PFL, he will be competing in the celebrity division of the Super Fight, receiving 50% of the sale of paid broadcasts. As for the prospects of Nate Diaz and Rizin FF, in addition to fights according to MMA rules, the Japanese organization holds exhibition boxing fights, in which this year it plans to involve the legendary Manny Pacquiao. Former UFC champion Conor Maggregor has commented on the decision of the popular blogger Jake Paul to sign a contract with the PFL promotion, saying, "The dumbass will give 50% of the future fee if he fights by the rules of MMA? Wow, what an idiot. Joint partnership? Where? What a fool," wrote McGregor. And then, of course, in standard McGregor fashion, he then deleted the tweet. And even Tony Ferguson jumped into the mix, proposing to Jake that he could be his new coach, saying, "Let me know when you need a good MMA coach, Jake. You can be one of my students," Ferguson wrote.
Round is then going to be MMA. Say, okay, well, let's do the same thing, but the first round is MMA, and the second round is you're going to box. But then that's always where the problem comes. That's why you never see it. That's why it never happens. No, we have to start with mine. I have to rig the deck. I probably won't even be around for the second round to do boxing, which I'm very sure I could finish him if I start with MMA. So now it's like, well, why are we doing it? If you're openly saying that you can't do one of them, why are we doing them? It always turns into a problem. It's the reason it never gets off the ground.
So that is all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it is very important to us, and thank you all in advance.